Good morning, everyone. Jennifer here. Well, what a beautiful day to talk about self-love. If you're like me, you've been told your whole life, love yourself. You have to love yourself. And I remember hearing that over and over again. And I always remember thinking, well, that sounds great, but how do you actually do that? Like, how do you love yourself if you've been someone who hasn't done that in the past? You know, for me, I suffered from a very serious eating disorder as a teenager. And so there was not a lot of self-love going on at all. There was a lot of self-criticism, self-hatred, and that does not produce chemicals and feelings in your body of self-love at all. It's very destructive. So how do you go from a place of not loving yourself, even though everyone around you they say, I love you? It doesn't feel the same in your body as if loving yourself. We need to love ourselves first. So this takes time. All I can say is there's three kind of factors for me that worked for me to create this beautiful self-love of myself and self-acceptance. Number one is repetition. Number two is consistency. And number three is persistence. I almost forgot the third one there. Persistence. So what do these three things mean? When you have a thought of self-hatred or criticism or judgment against yourself, you immediately counteract it with a more loving thought, even if you don't believe it's true. It's just the beginning. We're just repetition, repetition. There's almost that saying, fake it until you make it. This kind of is along that same line. If you keep repeating something better than what you're thinking, eventually that will become your new program, your new belief system. So here are some of the things that I would say to myself when I was cultivating a greater love for myself, an environment to make my body feel loved, nourished, and accepted. Because this feeling of nourishment and accepting yourselves just the way you are right now, it doesn't mean you don't want to change or get better, but it has to start from a place of acceptance. So when we start here, this is going to create the environment for healing in our bodies because it's creating the chemicals for healing. A fearful and a judgmental thought creates very different chemicals than a loving, accepting thought. So here are some of the sentences that I would say to myself to cultivate a more self-loving environment for my body. I'm going to close my eyes because I love doing affirmations with feeling with my eyes closed, but feel free to keep your eyes open. Okay. You can just repeat after me out loud or in your head. I love and accept myself just the way I am right now. I love knowing that this love is going to grow and grow every day. I know that by loving myself is the key to experiencing a joyful life. I love that I can see the beauty in all of me now. I know when I have this self-love, I'll be able to love others more. The feeling of love feels good in my body. So you can choose your own sentences, but the key is whenever you catch yourself judging yourself, criticizing yourself, just say change and think of that new sentence. It's just like this happens and then we say this, and over time, it takes some time, you will notice a big difference in how you feel towards yourself. So sending every one of you so much love today.